Hello, and welcome to Famicast 179, your Famicast for the early part of August 2020. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined, as always, by my good buddy, James Charlton.
You merely adopted to working online. I was born in it.
Yes, it's something that we don't do a lot of here in Japan, but yeah.
A lot of old folk complaining they have to turn on their computers for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah, and to find out that Internet Explorer doesn't work anymore, it's probably a big shock. That
Windows 95, rest in peace.
Right. All right, and of course, we're also joined by Mr. Ty Schubert.
Why doesn't the TV tuner in my Game Gear work anymore?
Right? That's bullshit.
No fucking horseshit. Well, in the United States, television broadcasting generally switched over from analog to digital, so no, the tuners don't work. Or they switched everything to HD. And yet, the thing is still ridiculously expensive for collectors.
Right. It would be, right? Man, I wanted one of those so bad when I was a kid. I remember seeing that like on the back of the box. I was like, holy shit, I need this. Yeah. And it was like $120. So,
but still worth it in like fucking 1995 or whenever that was.
It would have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had a Game Gear, but I think that image was always in my brain, which is why I wanted one of those little portable TVs. Which I got maybe like 10 years after the Game Gear came out. So I was like, yeah, finally I got it.
There you go.
Use it like, for a week after Christmas and then never used it again. Brilliant.
Of course. That's how it goes. All right. Today, unfortunately, Scott cannot be with us, but hopefully he'll be able to join us next time. I think you guys might have already forgot about the guy already, but
you keep mentioning his name and it doesn't ring any bells.
Okay. Well, yeah, who knows? Anyways,
Cyrus. I thought it was pronounced Cyrus.
Don't think so. I've never heard of anybody with that name. No, but also just a shout out to the chat real quick. Yo, what's up, Chris? Thanks for joining us here live on the old YouTube. And but yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get things kicked off with the show. Lots of new business to talk about. Actually, legit new business for some of us. James. No. And yeah, actually quite a bit of interesting news that's come up. Not like a whole lot of stuff, but some pretty interesting stuff that we're going to get to. And yeah, let's just go ahead and hop right in. So, first off, James.
Okay, well, I've got 3 games. One I've talked about before, one Ty's talked about before, and one Cyrus has talked about before. So, if you're on the audio version, you can just skip ahead on the chapter if you don't want to hear about any of those.
Hey, on the YouTube version, you can skip ahead in the chapters too.
Oh, right, yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, Bioshock Infinite. Put a few more hours into that. The story is picking up. It's very interesting. I've met this girl called Elizabeth, and she's joining me now, and she's got all these kind of crazy, like what would you call them, portal making powers. She can cause these kind of rifts, as they're called. I've seen it in the game before. I can't remember which one it was, but maybe Ty can help me out, or Danny. But like, you can kind of there's a part of the level that exists on a different plane of existence, and if you kind of highlight your cursor over it and then press it, then it'll teleport that part of the level into your current existence. So it's kind of like playing with, maybe not time, but like playing with
Light World, Dark World, the classic video game mechanic.
Yeah, kind of like that. I guess. Yeah, I'm not really sure if it's like in the past or it's just like a different universe. I'm not sure. I'm sure that'll be explained later in the story. But it's pretty cool. Like, she can like. There'll be like a turret or something that doesn't exist in the current plane, but then you do it and then, it'll come in and it'll start shooting guys for you. But you can only do one at a time, so you kind of have to be strategic. You can't just like teleport everything into existence at the same time. You have to choose one. And sometimes it'll be like hooks that you need to kind of hook onto. So you obviously, you need that one to get across the stage.
Sure.
But yeah, it's really cool, really interesting. It was like a mechanic I totally wasn't expecting, because I knew I was going to meet this girl because, like, isn't she on the front cover of the box?
Okay.
Like, cause it's like, it's well known anyway, from listening to other people talking about it on the podcasts, whatever, 10 years ago. I knew about the existence of this girl, and also she's quite a common, a popular cosplay, a subject of cosplay,
Right.
Right. So yeah, it's really interesting, and the terrifying thing in this game is the this mechanical bird called the songbird. I don't know if I mentioned that last time.
Don't think
So
so.
like, you know, in the other games it was like the big daddies, and then in Bioshock 2 it was the big sisters, and then this one you do have those kind of like big you know, enemies on the stage. You know, they're usually called like like the fireman or something like that, or they'd be like a guy covered in like metal armor. It's very steampunk, right? So it's like, you know, a guy covered in metal armor. It's like, you know, Iron Man 1, the first Iron Man movie. You know, it's like that Iron Man, the first version of Iron Man, version 1. They look like that kind of thing. But the songbird is this absolutely terrifying giant mechanical bird that just kind of like hunts you down. It's almost like, you know, in the Resident Evil games, the tyrant, you know, something like that. It's like it's always present. It's always like around, and you just kind of like have to escape it. You can't kill it. You know, it's just this invincible death bird that chases you around, and it's pretty terrifying, actually. I mean, I'm not scared of birds, but I imagine if there's a phobia, if people have phobia of birds, I don't know what you call. What would you call that?
There is a word for that. Yeah,
like that.
I don't know what it is.
Anthrophobia or whatever the fuck it is, but like if you had that, you'd be absolutely shitting yourself. You know, like how birds can like twitch their head around really quickly and like peck really quickly. I'm sure that would freak people out, right? It's kind of like that.
Even just explaining it like that, it's like gross.
Oh yeah, well, okay, it sounds like Danny's got that phobia.
I do now.
But yeah, so there's a lot of that. I mean, I've had 2 encounters with the songbird.
Okay.
And then after your first encounter, you notice that all of the posters on the wall that have all these kind of bird motifs. So it's kind of like, you know, subliminal, you know, kind of like messing with your head kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite clever. The art design, I mean, I've said it for all 3 of these games now, it's just absolutely incredible. Like, it is on another stage and another level. I really can't think of a game that has done art design this well. I mean, like, you know, they've got in-world posters and, you know, things that just tie all the theme of the world together and just build this, you know, this amazing world building, I guess you would call it. It is truly incredible. And this game, it's even better than the other 2. It's like, it's really, really amazing. Like, yeah, like I said before, the theme is, you know, Americana kind of style. But, you know, racists in the sky. That's the subtitle.
So it's just like Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's go. Yeah, I did check, and I do own this game by chance, so I reinstalled it because of what James said last time.
Oh, you mean ripping racist cops' necks open?
Yeah, well, I mean, you said I in particular would really enjoy the game, so I did reinstall it. I haven't gotten around to replay it. I've been playing other games where you fuck up cops, but
right.
This is your segment.
Or as Ty likes to call a Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
So the game that Ty has talked about before is Fantasy Strike, which maybe Ty mentioned last episode, has recently gone free to play.
Yeah, baby.
Including on Switch. So yeah, I installed that, and I had a really good time with it. I played the tutorial, which is really good, and I felt like I was being trained to be a good fighting game player just doing the tutorial.
Hell yeah.
I reread the mysterious guy that wrote the review for the website. I don't know what his name is. It was name redacted, but whoever it was
username.
Yeah, username. Whoever
very handsome and popular.
Yes.
Yeah. I reread his or her review, and it makes a lot more sense now. You know, like scrubs being like taught how to play fighting games properly, and I did feel like a scrub being taught how to play a fighting game properly, because like it's so simple. It's like, you can't even crouch in this game, so like it's like, you do this, you're gonna get hit, so don't do that. It's kind of like, it's pretty obvious. So when you get hit or thrown or something, it is your fault. Like interesting thing which I've never seen in a fighting game before, but it's like to get up to not be thrown is actually just don't touch anything.
Yeah,
I thought that was a really cool mechanic.
It's harder than it sounds.
Yeah. It really is. Like you touch anything, you're gonna get thrown. But if you just don't touch anything, nothing will happen. You will win. So that's pretty clever. I thought it was pretty cool. The guy that I'm going for, Ty, can you help me out with the name? Is basically the Thing from the Fantastic Four. I've forgotten his name.
Rook.
Yes, Rook. Yes, Rook is my
Big
my
grabs.
guy. Yeah, he's my guy at the moment. I managed to win a couple of games online, but I'm assuming there's matchmaking, so I was being matchmaked with people that are also terrible at the game.
Yeah, you should be able to see their rank, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty similar. It's like maybe 2 or 3 levels above me. The interesting thing is that you can choose like anybody or someone near my level. I think that was the 2 options, right? And
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And I got matchmaking was no problem. Very quickly got into a game, and because this game has rollback netcode, I didn't have any problems, nice. with lag or anything. So that was nice. Yeah. I did recently retweeted a video that I found about rollback netcode. Somebody very easily explained it in a very easy to understand method. So if you follow me on Twitter, it's my last RT at the time of recording.
Oh, does it happen to be the Core A Gaming video?
Sorry, I can't remember the name of the channel, but yeah, it's very well made video and explained nicely. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more Fantasy Strike. I hope all our patrons download it and we can all have a little mini tournament, maybe next game night or something. And I'll get destroyed by Ty.
Oh yeah, it was the Core A video that was recently posted. That's done by a guy who, as you may have guessed from his channel, he lives in Korea, and I got a chance to meet him at Evo Japan. He's made so many great videos over the years. So if you want to just learn basic awesome stuff about fighting games, I recommend the Core A Gaming channel.
Yeah, and I know Ty recommending it sounds scary, but like me as a massive scrub recommending it, you can take it take it either way.
These videos are very pleasant for everybody, I assure you.
Yeah, I understood them, so yeah, don't be afraid. And then the game that Cyrus has already talked about, rest in peace, a long time ago, is Pokken, which Danny, remind me, did we actually say that on the show that Pokken was going to be free for a week? I think we
said last time.
We did say that. Yeah. So I think it ends maybe today. I think
it ended a couple of days ago. Actually, I think it was till like Monday.
No. I think I played some yesterday. Oh, was it really?
Maybe.
I swear I played some last night. Maybe time differences or something. But I played some Pokken, and actually with Chris right there in the chat right now, friend of the show, Chris, aka Balls. So I got a video going up on the YouTube channel soon about that. So I was just playing some, doing some training, and then I popped online, and then Chris, in our Discord, he was up to some games, so we eventually managed to play together. I say eventually. Chris is probably laughing to himself right now, but it took us ages to work out how to actually get a friend match up and running. It was surprisingly complicated. Like there's like so many. It's like make a group or like join group or like play online with a code, without a code, and it's like, what's a code? You don't give me a code. It's like enter the 6-digit number. It's like, what 6-digit number? Like there's no way to make that. So. But we ended up working out like I play online with by myself, and then he can join me. That was the only way we could do it. So it's like and it throws you into a CPU battle if you don't have anyone to play with on your friends list. So you have to just play in a CPU battle, and then it'll go, here comes new challenger, and then we could play together. But it took us I swear to God, like 20 minutes, 25 minutes of working out how to play online together. It was ridiculous. But once we did, it was great. We didn't have any, I don't think we had any lag. I mean, we probably did have frames dropped or something like that. And Ty or Cyrus would say within 5 seconds, this game sucks, this online play sucks. But, for us, we didn't have any, scrub noticeable lag. It was absolutely fine with Chris in the US and me in Japan. So Yeah, I mean, Pokken. I mean, I have played it before. I can't remember. Maybe there was a demo on Wii U or something like that. I have played it before.
There was a demo on the Switch because I had played it too.
Okay, I was sure I played it before. I can't remember where I played it, but I didn't play the arcade version. It was definitely a home version. But like I was surprised, like how few characters there are. You know, because coming from Smash, it's like Smash has got like what 25 Pokemon characters in Smash now or something like that, and like Pokken was like round about the same number, but there were different Pokemon. But even more surprising is that they're actually having clones. So it's like Pikachu, and then there's Pikachu Libre, which is like a Mexican fighter version of Pikachu. Yeah. And then there's like Mewtwo, and then there's Dark Mewtwo. It's like, come on, guys, you've got like about 20 characters.
Evil Ryu.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you got like 56, characters, yeah, sure, throw some clones in there. But like, it just seemed a bit weird to have all these kind of clone characters. But I mean, the game is all right. It's fun. I mean, it's a good mashy kind of fighting game. It's not terribly hard to do moves and stuff. There's grabs and there's super moves and there's meters to charge up and stuff. And then there's like support Pokemon that you can call in. But different support Pokemon have different charge up times and stuff like that.
Do you have the Pokken controller?
Oh
no. Well, I've got one of these what do you call it, 8-bit do things, which are kind of similar, I guess, because it's got the sticks on, and it's kind of like a SNES controller shape. But yeah, I saw options in the screen and the options screen for that. Do you want to connect to your Pokken controller? I'm like, what?
I wonder, was that just like, did that just come out with the Wii U version, and then they just kind of just shelved the idea? Like, because I remember that controller. It's weird.
I think it was packaged in with the Wii U one, wasn't it?
For not like every version, but I think yeah. But I don't know if they did it with the Switch version. I probably wouldn't even have been worth it. But
I think it's just USB, isn't it? So
yeah, probably.
I don't see why it wouldn't work with the Switch.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I wonder how many people actually use that on the Switch version. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I was using the D-pad on the Pro controller. Now you mention it. Mm-hmm. But you can use both. You can use the stick or the D-pad.
By the way, Chris did mention that lag happened when he lost the matches. Obviously, so.
Obviously,
right. Yes,
the matches I won were fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. So that video will be coming up hopefully this Famicast Friday, which is the 7th.
7th,
right?
the best day, the best day of the year, because it's my birthday.
Yay! Happy birthday!
Thanks. Getting some pity happy birthdays. I'll take them.
Totally new with your birthday. And there you go. 3 old games for you. Back to you, Danny.
Okie dokie. All right. Well, Ty, how about you go next with the old new business, man? The old new business, as it is.
Well, I've been continuing my achievement hunting blitzkrieg. But first, I want to talk a little bit more about Party Hard. I think I mentioned this game last week.
Sounds familiar.
Right? Because it was definitely in one of the indie directs.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is like it's like a pixel art like Hitman game, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, you listen to like this chiptune techno music, and you invade a house party, and you try to kill everyone there without getting caught.
Okay. Not ringing any bells, but okay.
Party Hard, did you say?
Party Hard, yes.
Party Hard.
Yes, and I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a puzzle game, and you can actually, ironically, kind of take your time with it.
Okay.
Like you just kind of follow these people around a house party. You can like try to set traps, or just wait till they go out of sight from everyone else and try to kill them. There's some like really weird stuff that happens, like alien invasions and zombie attacks. It's not a real serious game.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I got pretty hooked on it. It's a lot of fun. All right, now are you guys ready for the Blitzkrieg?
I guess we have no other choice.
Yes.
So yes.
Okay. Let's see. Playing 8-bit Hordes. It's like a RTS game for, I guess, consoles. I imagine there's a PC version, but it's real simple. It's just like orcs and monsters versus like the humans, and it's actually part of like a framework that 3 different games use.
Okay.
Because it's called like 8-bit RTS series actually, and they all run under like the same game.
Okay.
So it's like you get the base for free, but you pay for each segment of the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah, so I was playing that a little bit. The achievements don't really seem to work quite right on it, but you can try to knock those out. Anyway, I played it a bit. It's fun. Like kind of a tentative thumbs up. I got it for like $2 or something, but like the actual retail price is like 40 or something insane.
Damn. Okay.
So I wouldn't recommend buying it at that price.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up, Fable Anniversary. I'm pretty sure this is only on Xbox, and I fucking hate Fable. Yeah.
Okay. Fable. Gotcha.
The very, very famous Xbox game series.
Yeah, I remember.
I hate it.
Really? I played like 10 hours of the first one. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I played it to completion, and I thought it sucked.
Dude, like, when they announced that, they said, I mean, it was Peter Molyneux, right? And he was just talking about how much shit was going to be in the game. Like, you know, even like weird random things that really attracted me. It was like, okay, you can have a dude, and let's say you just don't cut your hair or shave. It's just going to get longer and longer, and this is going to be nuts. And that, pretty sure that didn't happen in the game.
Yeah.
It's Peter Molyneux.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Fable.
I
don't know how to explain it further.
Well, they did have that in Red Dead Redemption 2, which I thought was pretty cool, though.
Right. I mean, but like nobody can possibly care about real small details of a game unless like the very basis of the game itself is good.
Sure.
And Fable is not good.
All right.
You just follow the path and do like quests where you talk to people or do like this extremely lackluster combat. I mean,
I didn't just stop after 10 hours because I probably, well, if I would have been, I guess, really interested in it, I probably would have kept on going, right? So like something kept me from it, whether that was like another game or whatever, I don't know, but
it's boring as fuck.
That might have been it too.
It's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt as a Microsoft guy. It's like one of the 3 exclusives that you have, and you fucking hate it. It's like, well, I hope you like Gears of War or Halo.
Yeah, those are good games.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Now let's see. Next game, Dunk Lords.
Is that a sequel to the Charles Barkley Shut Up and Jam?
No, but you would think so. It's like both of those words appeal to me so much, and they put them in the same title. It's like a spiritual successor to NBA Jam. It's much more cartoonish.
Okay.
It's like if you combined like NBA Jam with Mario Kart. It gets real silly, and it seems really good.
All right.
I just played a quick session, tried it out. It's good. I had fun.
Cool.
I kind of have a feeling that some of the characters might grate on you after a little while.
Okay.
It's like there's this dude with like a giant strawberry head, and he makes like all these like fruit and like jelly puns.
Daryl Strawberry.
Yeah, that's probably his name. I don't know.
Yeah,
but like I laughed at first, and then he repeated like the same lines like 8 times, and then I'm like, this might grate after a while. But anyway, I think it's the current or last month's Xbox Live Games with Gold, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I would not be surprised if this is on Switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hell, it could already be on the Switch, and it's just buried under the mountain of indie games, you know?
Right. But like, I played a couple rounds. I enjoyed it. There you go.
The mountain of beautiful, less than $1 games that you're gonna find out more about in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, like I get a lot of the same ones on Xbox. All right. Here's one out of left field. Toy Story 3 for Xbox 360.
Well, I knew that like Toy Story 2 on like the 64 and Dreamcast and stuff, like back in the day, that was supposed to be like actually a pretty decent like 3D platformer.
Yeah, and Toy Story 3 also seemed pretty good to me. I enjoyed it. It's like that other Disney game I played the other week. I like have a handful of these games, and you can tell like a lot of budget went into them. And you know they're kind of simple. Well, yeah, kind of simple like 3D platformer games. Yeah, but
the dog game, right? Yeah, the Bolt.
Yeah, but you know, I actually said I kind of like that, and I like Toy Story 3 as well. It seems a little tougher than Bolt, and it seems like all the voice actors are there, and yeah, it has a ton of personality. It comes out, and it just seems like a lot of fun.
Who published, or not publishes, but who developed that?
Some weird developer. I'm pretty sure all these Disney games are done by the same one.
Okay.
That would not be surprised if they're owned by Disney.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there's definitely a developer that I do not remember the name of.
Okay.
I would recognize them if I saw them.
It's weird that you can't just say it's made by Disney.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, geez, man, think about that. It's made by Disney. Wait, Square Enix is making the Avengers game. You know, such and such did this, and whatsy did that. Yeah, it's
right.
Yeah.
Okay, next game, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2.
Is that?
And yeah,
okay, that was a PS3 360 one, right? The sequel to the game or the 3DS one or something.
I think Lords of Shadow 1 was also a 3D game on PS2.
Oh no, I think
PS3.
Lords of Shadow was just a regular PS3 game, and they made a shitty 3DS version of it.
Yeah. So anyway, I was actually incredibly impressed by this game. It was so beautiful. I could hardly tell it was a 360 game. It looks like a fucking Xbone PS4 game that maybe with a slightly lower frame rate.
And Konami made this? Wow.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. I was incredibly impressed with how it played and how beautiful it was. So I'm definitely gonna play this game more.
It's an old game.
Yeah,
you know it's an old game if Konami made it.
Yeah,
right.
They don't make games anymore.
Yeah, these days they only make baseball games in Japan and mobile games and pachinko machines. So
damn.
Yeah.
I was going to say, don't forget they made Metal Gear Pachinko.
Yes. And they made a Castlevania game on like smartphones last year that quietly went under, and apparently they're making another one anyways. I don't know. It's weird.
Good luck to them.
Yeah.
Okay, next game. Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh. I can dig on the N64.
Does it really matter what platform it's on?
Well, the N64 version looks amazing because there's just so few frames of animation. The characters that they use as like the the contestants are.
See me in NES Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Which is something I'll also get to in a minute. But yeah, this is just like the Xbox One Wheel of Fortune. I bought it on sale. I had a lot of fun. There's a nice achievement where you if you solve a puzzle with less than like 20% of the letters shown, you get a big fat achievement for like 200 achievement points. It's really good. Yeah, and it's actually really easy to do because like in the introductory levels, there's a pretty good setup.
Okay.
Maybe it's a little bit random, but chances are like good that you're gonna get the puzzle where the solution is reading a good book.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
Reading a good
Is this the one where you have to answer in the form of a question?
No, that's Jeopardy.
Yes.
Which I also played, but we'll get to that later.
Quick aside, James.
Yes.
Dude, for whatever reason, Jeopardy is on Japanese Netflix now.
What?
Like the game show.
I saw that, yeah. Mhm.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to show this to so many people.
It's not obviously every episode, but it's a select. It's like based on like guys that are champions. It's kind of like their championship runs or something. So
I have a beef with Jeopardy because we never had that in the UK, and I think I know why, because it's complete bullshit. We have we have a lot of famous quiz shows. You guys steal a lot of them, if not all of them, and make your own.
We steal them and make them better.
Yeah, better. But Jeopardy, is it? What's the one that you just said? The one you have to answer in the form of a question. It makes no fucking sense. It's like if you actually ask the question and then read out the answer as they have it, it is literally how no one on earth speaks. It's like, what?
Yeah, but the idea is that you get the answer and you're supposed to be saying the question.
Right. So that like the answer is like Super Mario Brothers, and it's like, who is the 1980s Italian plumber video game? It's like, what?
Yeah. Makes sense to me, man. I don't know. Maybe we need to brush up on your American English.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune's fun. But I was gonna mention one of my fighting game community comrades, a buddy on Twitter by the name of Ryudo. He did a ROM hack of NES Jeopardy, and he changed all the solutions to be fighting game related. And he ran a test episode on Twitch, and I hopped in and I just stomped everyone. So if you can go to Ryudo's Twitter / Twitch, maybe you can find that stream archive. Maybe I'll link it up after. But it was really cool and fun.
Cool. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, a very cool idea to hack Wheel of Fortune on NES and then run matches on Twitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy? Or
it was Wheel of Fortune.
Okay, you said Jeopardy. Okay, whatever.
Oh, did I? Fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'll have to drink less or more.
More. Definitely more.
All right. Next game on the Blitzkrieg is Overlord 2. You might remember Overlord as being like the edgy version of Pikmin.
Well, what platform?
I think it's Xbox, PS3, maybe also GameCube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember that one for the life of me.
It probably started on 360. But anyway, it's almost the same gameplay as Pikmin, except you're like this like medieval dark lord who gets these little gremlins to help him out, but it just plays the same as Pikmin pretty much.
I've played this. I played this at TGS however many years ago. And is it made by Square Enix?
I don't think so. It's probably just published by them. But I believe it's done by a Western developer. Maybe I can pull up the info here. But anyway,
I think I played it on like a very the first showing of like the Vita or something. It's like my first time ever touching a Vita. And I was
that sounds really familiar, James. That does.
Yeah. All right. The companies on the box are Triumph Studios and Codemasters.
Codemasters. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Codemasters. What do we have for platforms?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on platforms. I don't know what else to tell you.
It's on platforms.
I didn't know if you had it pulled up.
I played the first one for a pretty decent length, but I don't think I finished it. Maybe I did.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Overlord 2 seems to have a new character, maybe, or maybe I'm misremembering it and it's like a prequel. But in any case, yeah, same gameplay. You collect the little gremlins and they help you out by swarming stuff that you direct them to, and you use their different abilities. And this one had a nasty bug where like I had to restart the tutorial level because like something just didn't work right. So that was annoying, but other than that, yeah, it's okay, I guess.
Okay.
All right, next game, fucking Boggle from the Hasbro collection.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know I like word games and random board games; they're fun. But the built-in dictionary in this game fucking sucks dick. Right? Like I'm an English teacher. We're all English teachers. We have a pretty good command over the English language, despite what our podcast might suggest.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I'll run some words that I'm quite certain are real words and will exist in dictionaries outside of this fucking game's dictionary. And it's just fuck. Like they also have Scrabble, I think. And I played that a long time ago. And the dictionary in that one isn't great either. It's probably the same one.
Huh.
But like in Scrabble, you can kind of get away with stuff because it's dependent on players challenging you. But
Okay.
in this Boggle game, it'll just straight up reject you if it doesn't, if the dictionary doesn't fucking agree with you.
Okay.
Yep.
Here's an example of why I hate Jeopardy.
Okay.
The beach version of this has been an Olympic sport since 1996.
What
is that a question or an answer?
That's an answer.
That's an answer, right?
What is volleyball?
Yeah.
What is volleyball? Well, volleyball is the beach version of a sport that's been an Olympic sport since Who talks like that? It's
nobody cares, James.
Thank you.
Fucking retarded game, honestly.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, but I didn't mention that the video game. Well, I haven't talked about Jeopardy yet, so actually, you're just gonna have to wait. Oh,
okay.
All right. Next fucking thing. Maybe I'll just mention real quick, since it's next to my achievement list. But Dead by Daylight. It fucking ate my in-game currency, and I submitted a ticket, and I'm waiting on that. I'll let you know how that drama turns out.
Well, that's okay.
What?
It's like
the game stole all your money?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Well, it stole like $1.50, but
hey, that's like 5 games.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So and I sent a support ticket over the weekend. Because like I got this fucked up error message that said, "Oh, some of your currency is expired due to Japanese laws because it expires after 6 months because of the law." But the problem with that is my in-game currency was only like 5 days old. So I submitted a ticket over the weekend, and I didn't get a reply for a few days. Probably because it's Monday was a fucking national holiday in Canada, where this game company is. And then on Tuesday Canada time, I got a notice that they're working on it or they're looking into it, and no notice since. Who knows what's going on? I'm probably the only Windows Store version owner in all of Asia.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes.
Only Windows Store user in all of Asia.
Yeah, fuck. Okay, next game. Meet the Robinsons?
A movie?
Yeah, game? The movie, the game. Yeah, it's another Disney game. I don't even remember what this is about or playing it.
It's like an inventor family or an inventor.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at my achievement. Escape from Egypt in the Time Machine. Okay. Okay, that was pretty fun. It's still like a 3D platformer game, just like Bolt and Toy Story, and it's pretty fun for what it is.
Are these all free on Game Pass? Is that why you're playing them?
No, I actually own these, but I think I own them from Games with Gold.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
so they were free at some point. Yeah.
So yeah, if I was just randomly going through Game Pass games, I would tell you. But no, I actually have all these games. This is like my backlog.
Holy shit.
Of games that like I own either because I bought them or because they were thrust upon me by Xbox Game with Gold. Next game, Ninja Gaiden 3.
All right.
It's pretty fun.
I think they had that on the Wii U too.
I think that was a launch title.
You're talking about like the 3D one, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about you're not talking about NES.
I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the 3D like.
Yeah.
Is there a name for this genre? I've heard it referred to as crazy game.
Okay.
Character action game.
Yeah. It's fun. I liked it. I like Castlevania Lords of Shadow more though. So take that as you will. Oh, next game. We definitely saw this on. Oh wait, did you have a question about Ninja Gaiden?
I was just going to say the Wii U one was called Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. I think it was like a special edition of it.
Yeah, that's what this one is too.
Yeah.
I found it here for like 900 yen and picked it up.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I think it was a launch title or near launch.
Yeah, it was.
All right. Next game. We definitely saw this in the Indie Direct. This is Amazing Princess Sarah.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Right. It looks like Ghouls and Ghosts, but I would say it plays more like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Okay.
It's fun. It's retro. There's a lot of picking up enemies and throwing them at other enemies, and they all have like different effects when they do it. So it's fun.
Oh, so that's different. That's another game that's with a female protagonist. Because the one I mentioned was Battle Princess Madeline.
Yeah, that's the one that's like Ghosts and Goblins, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this one kind of looks like it, but it doesn't play like it at all.
Okay.
Like the closest comparative I can pull out of my ass is in fact Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Great game, by the way.
Oh, that's on the Disney NES collection, which is not on the Nintendo system.
Oh fuck! Why not?
Ask Capcom. Yeah, we need to get Matt. We need to get Matt on the
Matt!
Dog and Bone.
Get on it.
Yeah. Chris
Nobody
also
cares
says,
about Resident Evil. Or DMC. It's time for fucking Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Right?
yes.
Let's go.
Chris in the chat says, yeah, Ninja Gaiden on Xbox was so good.
Right? Yeah, I think I have all the Ninja Gaiden games, but like I've never actually just sat down and gone through them. Well, one of these days.
Remember, was it Deadly Sword or something? The DS version.
Oof.
That's a throwback for one of my first TGSs. Playing Ninja Gaiden on the DS.
Weird, but okay. All right. Next, I have a whole bunch of the ACA Neo Geo games, and I know these all came out on Switch.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's see. Fatal Fury 3. Hey, this game is cool and fun. It's an old Neo Geo 2D game, but it has this kind of pseudo 3D foreground and background stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it is actually pretty fun, really engaging. It's got a lot of personality, so I would say give it a try. Next is, what the fuck is this game? Last Resort. I think this probably has a different Japanese name, but I think this is kind of a Danmaku game. Yeah, shmup. Oh yeah. I remember this one. It actually looks amazing. It's kind of all pre-rendered like Donkey Kong Country.
Okay.
If I'm not confusing this with another game, let me look on YouTube real quick because I played a couple of shmup games.
Shmups.
Yeah. Oh no! This is the one that's old-fashioned sprite art. It looks like R-Type, and it plays like R-Type. So if you like R-Type, consider Neo Geo Last Resort on your Nintendo Switch. It looks pretty good though. All right.
Well, how many more do you got on your list, Ty?
So many.
Can we just maybe do a couple more and then we'll go ahead and maybe move on?
Fuck. Okay, let me see.
Ty's just like, I'll stay here until you tell me to stop.
Yeah. Okay. What games do I really want to talk about? Well, you guys keep interrupting me. I could be done with these in like 10 seconds. But
okay.
Fatal Fury 4. No, not Fatal Fury. Streets of Rage 4.
Oh, that's quite
neat. It's a pretty new game. I don't remember if this is on Switch or not, but holy shit, this game fucking rules.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's got the Yuzo Koshiro music, and it's got all that hand-drawn art. It's got amazing character design. I've already played through it at least twice. So yeah, check that shit out. See, Jeopardy. Okay, let's talk about this shit. So this version of Jeopardy, who makes this? Like Ubisoft?
Yeah, I think they published some of that stuff here recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is a shitty American game show? How's that?
It's actually good, James.
Yeah. Just because you can't answer the questions and get it
Just
right,
because
doesn't mean
there's
it's bad.
one arbitrary hoop to jump through
Freaking dumb.
doesn't make it bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this one, okay, it's actually extremely dumbed down. So, when it gives you the answer, you know, you have to answer in the form of a question, but you don't type it in. It actually just makes it multiple choice.
Yeah. I think this is on the Switch too, I believe.
Baby
Yeah, it probably
version.
is.
Yeah. I mean, like I remember on the N64 version, you could like type in stuff, but I mean, obviously
Wow.
it takes a long time to type stuff. So like they give you like, you know, the suggested words and stuff like that. So
Did the N64 ever have a keyboard add-on, Danny?
yes, 64
Nice.
DD. It is very expensive nowadays.
Nice. You don't have
yeah.
it?
No.
For shame.
Yeah, you had to like order it specifically from Nintendo directly back then. So yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, Ty.
Okay.
Get
Well, what was I going to say about Jeopardy? You know, I played a bunch of matches. There's also like a daily challenge you have to do if you want to get a certain achievement, which is kind of annoying, but it's just like you and a bunch of quick questions. So, yeah, okay. And I think you actually have to unlock categories by playing the game a lot, which is weird to me.
Kind of stupid.
Yeah.
You've unlocked sports.
Yeah. Of course, not like categories that broad, but really like specific categories within sports.
Okay.
Sports from Great Britain.
Yeah, right. Oh, and of course it's a really American centric game, so like there's a lot of questions about, you know, like U.S. states or shit like that.
Yeah. What
So
is
it's
the best U.S. war? Yeah.
It's like
And
it's world in the sense that, you know, the World Series is the world, you know, that kind of world, you know,
Right.
All of
general knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, and like sometimes it gets some great categories like questions about Japan or Montana, my home state. I'm like, okay, easy, let's go.
Yeah.
So the downside to this game, it doesn't have Alex Trebek.
That's too
But
bad.
the upside to Wheel of Fortune is it doesn't have Pat Sajak.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Two of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's see. Man, I have so many fucking games here. I'll just go to a couple of key ones. I played Phantasy Star 2, the Sega Genesis game, for a number of hours. It's got it has like kind of infamous like old Japanese RPG roughness where like you don't know where to go and what to do, and there's actually a good chance the monsters will kill you.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. The game is like super colorful, and it's got that anime cyberpunk art style. So I would definitely recommend it, and also take a moment to appreciate like how disconnected the box art is from the actual game. Pretty amazing, yeah. Like even on Xbox, it has like the shitty American box art. Great. It looks like a kind of like a generic like a sci-fi fantasy novel cover. And it, with like the two main characters on it, and they don't look like the main characters at all.
What's that shoot 'em up, Ty? It was like it's literally the box is an old man playing a banjo.
Phalanx.
That's brilliant. That has to be the most disconnected one ever.
Yeah, but I remember I read an interview about that box art specifically, and they said there were a lot of shmup games coming out at that time, and they wanted to like separate it from the rest of them, and I guess it's a huge fucking success since we're talking about it like 25 years later.
Well, it definitely separated it into like a fucking, I don't know, VHS movie collection look to it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, people still remember that game. People don't remember like, I don't know, Darius Twin or whatever.
Right.
I do, but I'm a nerd. Okay, was there one more very important game I wanted to talk about? Yeah, Turok 2.
Never heard of it.
Nice.
Yeah, beloved Nintendo 64 game.
Yeah.
Re-released in HD. This game has like a pump double barrel shotgun. It's stupid as fuck, and I love it. And like you shoot dinosaurs with it. I mean, it's really the simple pleasures in life that make video games great.
Yes.
I remember it looking amazing back in the day. Yeah, there was a tweet, actually, I think Danny, you saw the same tweet. It's what game were you tricked into buying? And like for whatever reason, like a review or a friend or something like that. And I retweeted one about Shadow Man, because like Shadow Man got like a 97% in the British official Nintendo magazine. Yeah, and that game's not that good. And then there was another one I would actually put Turok 2 up there as well, because that got like a 96 or a 97, and it was like, well, move over, Rareware, because you're no longer number one. GoldenEye and Perfect Dark are in second and third place, and it's like Turok 2 is here to stay, and I'm like, oh shit, I got.
How much fucking money did they get?
Yeah, exactly, right. So,
to be fair, I mean, at the time, I mean, Turok 2 did look, I think, leaps and bounds, obviously better than GoldenEye. It came out in '98, so it's like,
didn't they give me the RAM expansion?
They used it. It wasn't necessary. You didn't have to have it, but it did make stuff look a little bit
probably
better.
For multiplayer or something, right? Or there was a high res mode.
Fully functional,
yeah. Like, and then it was weird because Acclaim was, because that thing was only supposed to be used for 64 DD stuff, but Acclaim was one of the developers that were out there that were like toying around with it, just like trying to have more higher resolution games, and they even did this with some of their games that couldn't even use it, like some of their sports games and stuff like that. They included like high res modes and stuff, but actually having a little bit more juice kind of helped them. So I mean, that was definitely one of the big selling points of Turok 2 back in the day, because it looked so much better than pretty much anything else on the platform.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's not what people remember now. They remember the cerebral bore.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing.
And the multiplayer mode where like one player was a monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
And you try to cerebral bore the monkey.
Yeah.
the most amusing thing in the world to a 14-year-old, let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
But let's face it, we all played it for 10 minutes and went straight back to Perfect Dark or GoldenEye.
Yeah, those games are way better.
They were.
Yep. And let's see. Still so many games. Maybe I want to mention I got started on Nier Automata.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun because there's like a lot of Danmaku shmup stuff right in the beginning. And like I thought it was just gonna be like a pure 3D action game, but it's not. And that was a pleasant surprise.
Okay.
So I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, we should move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
52 minutes, and Danny hasn't even talked about his new business. Okay, Danny, we'll skip your section totally.
Yes. So, actually, I've been playing a game that just came out on the Switch, and right now it's a Japan-only thing. And I just put up a review up on our website and also on the YouTube, so you can check that out. And this is, of course, obviously, Air Missions Hind. So,
say that again.
Air Missions Hind.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw up some screenshots here in just a second. But basically, what this is, it's an air combat game where you're basically you're basically controlling these military helicopters, these Russian military helicopters, and just various missions and stuff.
Very nice. I like
shooting and destroying things. It's great. Like I even have some gameplay up too, if you just want to see what it looks like. Just in some of the regular stages, and you could hear the voices and stuff clearly, because it's great because it's like, I'm pretty sure you're like, the first couple stages are set in like the 80s, and you're a Soviet soldier and stuff, and they definitely have guys with like really, really thick Russian accents, reading the stuff out in English. And it's nice because I think the guy that they have do the English is the same guy that actually does the Russian. So it definitely sounds like the same voice. I'm pretty sure it's the same person.
It was me. What can I say?
Yeah. But like, one thing, maybe back in the day, I don't know if you guys have played this. Did you guys ever play games in the like Strike series, like Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, any of that stuff?
Oh yeah.
I had Desert Strike.
Okay.
It's a fun game.
Dude, it was amazing. We rented it or borrowed it. I don't remember how, but we played it. And I love Desert Strike. It was amazing. And This is kind of like that in the same vein. I mean, obviously, it looks a bit better. It's 3D visuals and stuff.
Just a bit, just a tiny bit.
Yeah,
so then, I was kind of trolling when I said it looks like an N64 game, and then you reminded me there actually was a Strike game on the 64. I totally forgot that.
Yeah. I found that back in like the States around Christmas. I found it. It's Nuclear Strike is what it's called. And it's on PlayStation 1 as well. And I never played it back in the day, and I still haven't played it. And I bought it like 8 months ago. But yeah, it looks like it'd be fun. But yeah, with this, I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do. Like there's a campaign mode, which is like the main focus that you can play online. Then there are also like a couple other modes that just kind of get you quick into the action and stuff.
You can play primarily. Wait, you can play online with what do you mean, like a versus mode?
Well, you know what? I would love to tell you more about it, but every single time that I went online, there was nobody else to connect with, like literally. And the one time I did get connected, there was just one guy, one lobby, and he must have just been like AFK because I was sitting in the lobby for about 5 minutes and nothing was happening. So
the one other guy in Japan who has it.
Yeah, and looking at
I've seen this effect with like super dead online games. Is sometimes there's a guy that wants to find a match. What he'll do is he'll just turn on matchmaking and then just like leave and do whatever. And then like he'll check his like recent players history and then maybe like send an invite again later. Try to set up a match.
That's cool. So it sucks. I really wanted to try it out because I honestly don't know what you can do in multiplayer. It looks like there's a bunch of different things you can do. Maybe like co-op-y stuff. I think you could do deathmatch. I think that's a thing you can do. But yeah, and like I said, it's helicopter action, and it can be a little bit tough to get the hang of the controls. And actually, too, Ty, this is out on Xbox as well. It's on PlayStation 4, PC, and Steam, and stuff like that. But yeah, the controls, at least on the Switch, they start you out in a mode called casual mode. And I just couldn't wrap my head around what they were trying to make you do. Like one of the sticks was controlling like, your altitude and stuff. And you're like, okay, that's cool. But I don't know, like then the left stick wasn't doing what you would think it would do, like make you go forward and backwards. So I changed to like the next control option, which is called novice. And it did that. It made it so you can go forward and backwards. And then there's like a harder one too, that makes it so I don't know, it's a little bit more difficult. You have to basically control the altitude and like control like how far your plane is, like your helicopter's dipping forward. It's a little bit more of a challenging version. So I just stuck with the novice, and it was like, what you would expect from like a helicopter in a video game. So I just stuck with that. But maybe you can see from some of the screenshots, if you're looking at them on the video version, the game actually looks pretty nice. The helicopters themselves are really detailed. Explosions look actually kind of amazing, believe it or not.
Wow.
But the only thing, like, whenever it gets up close and personal with some of the graphics, some of like the enemies or buildings or trees and stuff like that, you can definitely see that, they're pretty low poly and stuff. But at the same time, I mean, this whole map is pretty much kind of just ready for you to go anywhere there. And you can go like really, really freaking high up into the sky. Like I don't know. I just kept like this going up and up and up and up and up to see how high I can get. And then I was like, okay, I kind of want to finish this mission. So I ended up going back down. But yeah, man, the maps seem like they're relatively large. And even though it's kind of low poly, there still is a lot of stuff that they have there. So that's cool.
So Danny, I got to ask you, what possessed you to pick this up? It looks like a simple 2000 game.
So like, it was really weird. Last Thursday, I was just perusing the eShop, and I said, like, what the hell is this coming out tomorrow or whatever? And then I was just watching the trailer that they had, and I was like, okay, cool, helicopter fighting action. Oh man, it's coming out physically too? Sweet. So I just went to the game shop like the next day, and I just found it, and I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. So I mean, that's it, man. I was just checking out the eShop and just saw it. It looked cool. I like war games, like this type of stuff, kind of like mindless type of stuff, and just blowing people away. It's kind of fun. But
nice. How much?
Yeah, I think it's a budget price. It's about 2,700 yen or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into like the super details and stuff like that. If you want to hear like my complete thoughts, you should definitely check out my review, because it is a flawed game. There are some problems. yeah, oh my God, like the next to last mission really pissed me the fuck off. I was talking about it in our Discord, and I did actually end up clearing the game, but man, some of the stuff can just be so finicky and just so, you have to be like so ridiculously precise that it can just be infuriating. But yeah,
Alright.
I don't know. I'd say if you were a fan of like those strike games back in the day, at least check out my review, see if it's something that you might be interested in, but don't just take the plunge without knowing anything about the game like I did. So
Nobody's that crazy, Danny. Don't worry.
probably not. I hope not. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I'll just touch on this here briefly before we move on. But I was kind of mentioning on Twitter the other day, well, I had bought a brand new Vita game. Actually, it's my first time ever buying. I think it might be my first ever Vita game that I bought, because I just had a bunch of like PlayStation Plus games that I got for free, and now I'm not a PlayStation Plus member, so I have like literally nothing on my Vita. But I bought like a baseball game for my Vita, of course, and I forgot how stupid the Vita can be with some of the restrictions on, like, yes, it's region free, but you have to have like a memory card basically per region for your Vita.
Right.
So that was kind of annoying, because I was thinking like, well, my Vita and my overpriced memory stick that I bought for this stupid thing is tied to my North American account. I don't have one for my Japanese account. So like, what the heck am I going to do? So I was like fiddling around with stuff for a really long time, longer than I'd like to admit. And then I just said, you know what, I'm just going to take the memory card out and just see if there's like enough onboard storage to be able to like install and run this game, because I basically would put the game in my Vita and it would be like, hey, cool, you got a new game. You can't do anything with that. Unable to launch. And I was like, oh my God, really? But yeah, then
wow.
Yeah, and then I just took out my memory card, and then it just installed whatever piddly amount it needed to on the device itself. I downloaded an update. And I mean, the weird thing about this game, and actually a cool thing I like about this, it's a Konami game, a Konami baseball game. But this came out last year in 2019. And I don't know if they did this on purpose or what, but last year they said, you know what? We're going to make it so you can this game will be relevant for 2 years. Not only are you going to get like, obviously the 2019 rosters, when 2020 comes around, we're going to give you the 2020 rosters for free. And then, you know, probably next year, they'll probably make a new game. It's like, holy shit, that's actually pretty amazing. And that's something that I think American companies or Western companies that are involved with sports, they'll never, ever do that, because they rely on those people to come in and buy the Maddens and FIFAs every year. So they're never going to throw that stuff away, right? But yeah, it was surprising. And yeah, I got to play with updated rosters on the Vita in 2020. Bizarre.
Well, when all you're doing between versions is literally just updating the roster and that's it. It's,
there can be a little bit more to it. Like even with this, like there are new players that come into the league and they have to like model them and stuff like that. And they do. And these guys look, I mean, there's a guy on a team that I like called the Lions, white guy, American guy, spot on, man. He looks amazing. Anyways.
All right.
Yeah. Kudos to Konami for actually still caring about video games. Too bad it's only baseball games in Japan. So,
hey, don't forget the anniversary collections.
Well, there are those. So I'll give you that.
From when they used to make video games.
Right. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the new business. So next, we're going to go ahead and move on to a little bit of now playing at Famicast.com.
There came.
All right, now playing at Famicast.com. Of course, we always have things going on there, and don't have a whole lot going on. Actually, I didn't really write anything in the agenda, but I think we could just kind of play this one just off the cuff. But yeah, like I mentioned, what's that?
I got something.
Okay, cool. Well, I got something here real quick too. Just
all right,
kind of bring it out. But obviously, you know, like I said, there's some footage and there's a review for Air Mission's Hind up on the Famicast.com, up on the YouTube, so you might want to check that out, just in case you're on the fence or you really like shooting and blowing things up, because this might be up your alley. Yeah, this might be up your alley, but yeah. James.
So yeah, the game trials thing, we did a page on the website which is dedicated to all the game trials that have that have been done in the past. And I also realized upon researching for that we are literally the only website in the planet that has a keeping record of these things, because even Nintendo doesn't. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's pretty much like every single Game Trials game we've made a video for it, so it's kind of like a nice little repository of previous Game Trials games, and a record of videos that we've done with our patrons or whatever, including the brand new Pokken one for this week. So yeah, check that out. And then we're going to talk about more of that in the news as well.
Yes. Cool. Well, yeah, a little bit short on the old now playing at Famicast.com, but yeah, I think that's going to do it.
Oh, there's one more thing. I forgot to mention the Patreon exclusive show for this month is Famicast Super Challenge,
Cool.
our quiz show. So we'll be getting ready for that pretty soon, and be recorded sometime this month. That's all. All of this and more.
What he said. All right, James.
It's JAPANews, boys.
Took the words right out of my mouth. That's right, everybody. It is time for the JAPANews. This is the time of the show when we talk about all of the latest comings and goings of Nintendo in Japan, or not Nintendo, or not Japan, or all of the above. But actually, there's a pretty decent dose of news here today. And yeah, let's just go ahead and just kick it off. So let's
start with some game rankings, Danny. We haven't done game rankings in a while. Used to be a regular feature. We used to do it every single episode. Ty would try and guess how many Xboxes have been sold.
Oh, sales numbers and stuff.
We'd all have a good laugh about it. That used to be a regular feature.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, bringing it back
It's
just
like
for this episode.
so long ago.
Yeah.
So
that was during the Wii U days when there was like literally nothing happening.
Nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Right. It's so true. So this is the ranking just for the last week of July. I know we're in the first week of August now, but this is the most up-to-date data that we have.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see, as this is not in the top 10, but like Splatoon 2 and Smash Ultimate were just outside the top 10. We're at number 11 and number 12, which is pretty interesting. But number 10, we have Pokemon Sword and Shield, which has sold 3.6 million. I believe that. Yeah, this is just for Japan, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this is just Japan, yeah. Then we have the Ninjala game card package, which we kind of talked about in previous news. That, for some reason, sold 11,600 copies this last week. That's total as well, because it's just.
I found some physical adverts at the shop. I just brought them home. Why not?
Man.
For Ninjala. Anyways.
Why would you buy an online-only game and buy the physical version of it? It's like when you see the Overwatch discs in the shop, you're like, what?
Well, dude, I mean, James, maybe you don't. I mean, you don't watch much TV here, I know, but like, man, they're going hardcore, dude. There's Ninjala commercials coming out like all the time. Seriously,
wild.
And it makes it look really cool.
Another reason to not have Japanese TV. Thanks for that.
Just to avoid the Ninjala commercials. There you go.
Number 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is now up to 3 million here in Japan. Wow, that's still selling. I guess, is that like a summer, getting ready for summer holidays kind of thing, maybe? I don't know.
Could be.
Next, it's the same game twice. It's the PS4 version of eBaseball Pro Yaku 2020. And then it's the Nintendo Switch version, just ahead of the same game. The Nintendo Switch version sold 10,000 more copies, 145,000, PS4 134,000. And then number 5, we've got Sekai no Asobi Taizen Gojuichi, which is the Japanese version of Clubhouse games, which sold 261,000. And then I don't understand how this is so high up. Ring Fit Adventure, the game which literally you cannot buy in Japan unless you want to literally spend about $150 and buy it from a fucking scalper, is somehow at number 4. It sold 1.2 million.
I'll tell you exactly how. It's because, the stores are having raffles and probably selling them to the fucking scalpers because they're stupid.
Okay, just a quick rant, quick aside. like I've tweeted about this several times, but like the official Nintendo store, what's it called, the My Nintendo store?
My Nintendo store, yep.
Like, you know, the minute that store gets stuff in stock, it's sold out within what, like 35 seconds?
Yeah.
And because they allow multiple purchases of the same item, and they allow multiple purchases of the same card. So how fucking easy would it be to say, I'm sorry, you have already purchased this game with this credit card. Only one purchase per customer. If Nintendo implemented that, all the scalpers would disappear the next day. So fucking annoying. Anyway.
Yep.
Number 3, Paper Mario Origami King, a game which Danny suspiciously didn't talk about today, so I'm guessing he's already thrown it in the trash.
In the trash, man. No, I'll get back to it.
Only 159,000 in total. So, not too bad, I guess. But
it's got legs.
Number 2 is the most Japanese game not made by Japanese people.
Yeah.
It's the Ghost of Tsushima,
Ooh,
as they call it in the West. It's actually Tsushima, but we don't pronounce tsu at the beginning of words in English. So
people,
we just say,
James, I think literally people can. Most of the time they don't.
The yeah. It's just a thing we do. It's easier not to. Little trick that I learned when I first started learning Japanese is if you say the word that ends with ts, like cats, like say cats in your head and then say the word, that helps with pronunciation. So like cats, Tsushima. It's like it's the end of cats, but at the beginning of the word.
Okay, that's interesting.
Pro tip. That sold 266,000, which is not even close to the number 1 game, which is Animal Crossing New Horizons, 5.2 million. The pandemic game of the year.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, 94,000 units just that in that week alone.
Just this week alone, and this is I'm assuming this is physical as well. So
I think it's only physical.
Yeah, so God knows how many more downloads as well. So yeah, the game that's helping a lot of people through the pandemic. So you're welcome.
Did you guys see the what's the name of that new cat character they have that's super popular?
Raymond?
Yeah. Did you see? I retweeted a little while ago the stage that got the custom stage in Smash Brothers that got somebody banned.
I saw that. That was not bad at all.
It was amazing.
I've seen way worse on that stage build, I think.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's just Raymond's giant, wonderful butt. I don't know what. Spoilers in case you haven't seen it.
I had no idea.
Okay, Ty, I'm going to kicking it old school here. Ty, how many Xbox Ones do you think were sold in Japan this last week?
A baker's dozen.
It's more than 0. Oh, okay. So you're going baker's dozen, so 13.
Right.
More than that.
Oh, good shit. It must be all those VTubers playing Killer Instinct.
Has to be.
Right?
Okay.
All right. It was at 69.
Ooh, that's closer. It's 37.
Okay.
37 Xbox One sold in Japan.
Evo moment 37. That was the meme number I needed.
3DS, the OG 3DS sold 951. The PS4 sold 1,300, and the Switch sold 129,000. So yeah, it's not even close in Japan. It's not even close. In case you didn't know, or if you forgot, the Switch overtook the total PS4 sales a long time ago, and it's been way ahead ever since. Despite it's 4 years after the PS4.
Yeah, and like it's so weird, man. Like I've seen people talk about this on Twitter. People that like live here, and just maybe this week there's a new Sony State of Play, and who cares what it's about? I mean, that's kind of irrelevant to the point I'm trying to make. But like for time in Japan, it's going to be like at 5 a.m. So it's like it's clearly they've kind of just given up on trying to appeal to, I think, the Japanese gamer outside of like the hardcore, I think. Right. Yeah, Nintendo, it's with their timing, it's kind of hard to get that for every region, I guess. And it is hard to make that for every region, but you prioritize the timing for the regions that you want, right? So, yeah.
We talked about it in previous episodes, but like, Nintendo is probably going to stick with this hybrid thing, the console portable hybrid, because it just does so well in Japan. And most of the, like, if you want like a second console, like someone like Ty, whose like main console is their Xbox, but then just have a Switch to the side, like play on the sofa or whatever. That's probably what most people are going to do. No, not many people have Switch as their only console, like me, right? Most people have, multiple consoles. They have a powerful one and then a Switch, right?
Right. That's the general business philosophy Nintendo has been pursuing ever since the Wii, is to not directly compete with other consoles. Just have your own market that you can dominate.
Do you remember the Wii 60 or the PS Wii?
But like, I think,
thanks for reminding me of that extremely cursed terminology.
But for gamers in general, for hardcore gamers, that's definitely the case. But then I think for the people that are mainly buying the Switch, especially buying it for Animal Crossing, they're not going to have a fucking PS3. They're not a PS4. They're obviously not going to have an Xbox here.
Right.
And they're not going to be playing on PCs. So like, some people just want something simple to play, and
I was going to mention it in the wrap up, when we're giving our Twitter handles at the end of the show. But like, one of my tweets kind of went semi, viral recently. I tweeted out like a map of all the consoles, and I asked people to kind of like trace their console path, their most played console, and it was really interesting seeing like a lot of people, most people was like playing Switch the most now. But like how they got there was like so different. Like, they started off PlayStation and then they went to Switch, or like, Xbox and then they went to Switch or whatever. There's like very few people were like always Nintendo.
But it was interesting with that too. I liked how you worded it. You said like your most played of that particular generation. So you couldn't have like something like during the 360, PS2, PS3 and Wii generation or whatever. You couldn't multiple from that generation. You could only pick one.
Yeah, I knew it would get messy if I just say, which one did you own? Because it's like, well, I owned all of them. And then people would just draw a line on every single fucking dot. It's like, if you're a nerd, you probably had every single console. But
I did.
Yeah, your most played, that's a little bit trickier to decide, isn't it? And then Cyrus complained that there were no fucking Amiga or whatever it was.
Did he?
No, what was it? Well,
Sega stuff?
Atari. There was no Atari.
Okay.
Catch me on Vic 20. What's up?
Right. All right then. Sorry for that sidetrack, Danny. Back to the news. What we're at?
Yeah. So next up, there's actually a summer sale that is going to be going on actually very soon.
Tomorrow.
A little graphic up here. Boom. So actually, there's quite a few different first-party games that are going to be on sale. And just so you know, this is a Japan-only thing. It might be coming to other regions, but this starts on August 6th and runs until August 19th. And it's basically, like I said, select first-party games up to 30% off. Splatoon 2 and the single-player DLC stuff, James?
Octo.
Yeah.
Expansion.
Yes, that's going to be on there. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Luigi's Mansion 3, Link's Awakening, Astral Chain, Xenoblade 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Captain Toad and the DLC for that, Stretchers, Box Boy and Box Girl, Snipper Clips, and also some in-game items for Super Kirby Hunters, the free-to-play Kirby game that was on the 3DS and now it's on the Switch. I don't know. I just saw like a bunch of different prices for costumes and thought, okay, well, good for people that want that. So...
the free-to-play Kirby thing,
yeah. But any of you guys, any interest in any of the stuff that's on sale?
How much is Snipper Clips?
It's probably it's got to be sub 2,000 yen now, I think.
That's still a lot for fucking Snipper Clips?
Yeah, I'd say after the show, check out the link that I have in our agenda that people listening and watching can't see. But you can actually, it'll break down the exact prices and stuff if you want to see that.
Okay.
I think I own everything that I've got. Link's Awakening and Luigi's Mansion 3, Splatoon 2. I played through all of Captain Toad for free thanks to Nintendo Game Pass.
Yeah.
I mean, Snipper Clips, it's all right. it looks okay. I don't know what is attractive about that for you, Ty. That's like a launch game. That was
just a funny, goofy little game that's cute and fun. And
wow, Ty, it's even at 30% off. It's 2,100 yen.
Yeah, that's way too much for a game that would be like $1 on any other platform.
I think to be, I'm not even trying to defend this, but when it originally released, it had less content, and then they released more content that was paid, and then I think eventually they just kind of slammed it all together. I think the original base game was pretty cheap, well, cheapish, like $15.
It was, wasn't it? I thought that was like 800 yen at launch.
Maybe it was, because then I remember there being some really significant updates.
Yeah. There's like a massive DLC thing that they did, but then now it's
and they released it. They released it physically and stuff too, I think. So, yeah.
Oh God! Like, how expansive can Sniffer Clips content be?
I know, I know, man.
Like,
I would say
okay. This is a game where you play with cartoon scissors, right?
Yes.
And that's like the entire game.
Yes.
Okay. Looking forward to the expansive 40-hour single-player campaign.
Yes, exactly.
I would say Box Boy probably better deal. That's only 850 yen, and that's like a nice little puzzle game with loads of content, and it's like way cheaper. and it's got 2-player as well.
Yeah,
and you can. It's got like 10 hours worth of content in that game. It's a good deal.
Yeah.
All right.
Next up in the news, in case you totally forgot that you can do karaoke on your Switch. I mean, everybody knows, obviously, that you can do it on your Wii U because the Wii U gamepad looked exactly like the little tablets at the karaoke booths that everybody listening has probably never been to. Sorry, I'm going to throw something up here real quick.
You got a USB
actually mic? What's that?
I don't have a USB mic.
I do. That doesn't help anybody else.
I wonder if this iPhone dongle thing would work in the headphone jack.
It should. I mean, it works for, like, what's its face? The thing. Yeah. Actually, a good question. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of a linked in with the summer sale here. There are actually some discounts for sessions for Karaoke Joy Sound U on the Nintendo Switch. You can get a 24-hour pass for 300 yen, down from like 550. 30 days for like 1,000 yen, like $10. And you get 90 days for 2,000. And yeah, if you do have a USB mic for your Switch, you can just plug that bad boy right in. I picked one up with my Wii U at launch. I think I was with you.
Yeah.
I bought that mic the day that you actually got your Wii U, because I had got mine earlier. And yeah.
Right.
But yeah, totally forgot about that. But yeah, I mean, I've used this software on the Wii U before. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. Haven't dropped down any money now.
I installed the Switch version because I wanted to see if you could use your phone as a microphone, because they kept on showing like, you can sync your phone with this one. But it turns out no. It's like you can use your phone to add stuff to the playlist and like, request the next song and stuff like that. Okay. So it's kind of like replacing the Wii U gamepad with your phone or with a tablet, with an actual real tablet.
Yeah. I think, like, realistically, the only thing that the mic really does, and if you've ever been to karaoke in Japan or you've heard about it, it basically kind of like rates you on how you're doing, like how you're matching the keys and like all that type of stuff. So like that's the only thing you'd be missing out on. You can still sing if you want to. I mean, it's it's not a big deal.
You could hum. If you hummed correctly, it would be the same thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Cool. Well, that's that. I just wanted to mention that because it's kind of like a throwback to older Famicast episodes too, because we talked for whatever reason a lot about this. I think back during the Wii U days, or at least it seemed like we did.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Good times.
Didn't Nintendo used to play a lot of that as well? Because it was in Europe, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, and that would have been a different version too. But yeah, I don't know if it's exactly the same. But who wants to take this next story?
What is it?
Is this the? Oh yeah.
If I haven't. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know anything about this game.
That's fine.
Okay. I'll go for it then.
I'll learn you a few things about it.
Yeah. All right. Another title is coming to the Switch Game Trials. starting on August 10th through August 16th. Sleeper game Obake Doro will
What do you call
be.
me?
Yes.
That's right, James. So it's $20. Northern it is available for free for the week. Usually $20. NorthernGamer.com, literally who, describes the game as an asymmetric action game which three humans are facing a hiding, running from ghost-like monster. Oh, it's Dead by Daylight.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Whoa, he baited you,
He-
Ty. He baited you.
I took it hook, line, and sinker. The game can be played with 1 to 4 players locally or online.
Wow.
The game will also be on sale. Ooh, I'm gonna try this out
Yeah.
because it's clearly a copy of Dead by Daylight from the description,
Yeah.
which is
And-
also very popular in Japan. The most popular Canadian game in Japan.
Right.
True story.
Like the weird thing about this game, first of all, this game originally came out in like September 2019, so it's not really that old. And first I thought, was this a Japan only release? But no, this was released, I guess, in the West as well. It has full English support, as well as some other languages and stuff too. An interesting thing about the name, because I think that it's kept the name as is when they released it outside of Japan.
Oh, wow. No
And,
localization.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and the meaning of this would be totally lost on everybody. It was lost on me until I asked my wife, "Is like, what does this mean?" And obake, that means like ghost.
Right.
And then they kind of, it's kind of a play on words because K, like K, and then Doro. K in this case means Keisatsu. And Keisatsu is the police, and then Dorobo, like robber. So it's kind of like, cops and robbers type of a thing, or
Except it's like Ghosts and Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and it's obake. It's like the ghost version of cops and robbers and stuff. So
what Danny? What's the kids game that they play on the playground? Is it K Dodo?
That's probably I think so. Yeah,
I think it's called K Dodo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, this looks exactly like a Dead by Daylight, except cute and appropriate for children.
Wow.
Yes.
You too can be a killer, kids.
And we can play this together.
Yeah, it has a pretty interesting art style too. It looks kind of cel shaded-y. It's very cute.
It is cute. I like it.
Yeah, and I don't know if this, like with Pokken, whenever I first found out the information, we tweeted about it and stuff, and we're like, man, check out our stuff on YouTube so you can figure out how to get this game on the Japanese eShop. And then
oh my god, Stunning the Killer. This is extremely Dead by Daylight. I kind of love this.
But so it's possible that this could come to game trials in the West as well, but it seems like a pretty Japanese game. I don't know if it will.
Oh yeah, so Pokken ended up being on all regions, right? We thought it was Japan only, but then
it was
everything
for like a day. The announcement was, at least, right?
Yeah, they didn't really make a big deal out of it in the other regions, did they?
But to be fair, they didn't really make a big deal of it in Japan. So it's about the same amount of deals, or same amount of shits we're given or not given. So
let's make sure we get on it in that free week, August 10th to 16th.
Yeah, cool. I'm down.
Yep.
Oh, we need one more player then. If it's the three of us.
Oh, is it 4 players only?
No, it says 1 to 4. So
1 to 4. Okay, well, we'll find out soon enough.
I imagine 4 is ideal.
Yep. James, would you mind starting off with this next little bit of news? There's a lot to unpack here. I mean, literally.
I'm gonna need some help from Ty on this one.
Hell yeah. I've been following this, so yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, we are talking about Nintendo Giga-Leak, the biggest leak in history of video games, definitely Nintendo history. So there was a massive, some people might call it stealing of copyrighted data. Other people might call it a leak of stuff that should have been made public or made public in other ways. So
liberation of our cultural heritage from the capitalist class.
And you probably won't hear people talking about it as freely as we're about to on the Famicast, because a lot of probably most websites, the big websites, they have they have deals with Nintendo, right? They get review copies of games from Nintendo. They don't want to tread on anyone's toes, right? So you're probably going to hear most podcasts say, they shouldn't really have done that. But this is the Famicast. We don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. we don't get free codes of shit from Nintendo. We can say whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck we
I've
want.
seen some pretty interesting takes, like everything from "Wow, don't leak Nintendo stuff. This is bad.
Right.
Consider their feelings," to freedom.
Right. It's crazy. I mean, a lot of this stuff we never would have found out. I would assume we would never.
Right there, there's some amazing stuff in the leak. Okay, so
there's one little thing which I found out, like one thing that I thought was interesting is that they finally released the actual renders from Ocarina of Time, the pre-rendered backgrounds that they had when you first go to the Dark World. They actually had the original renders that they did on whatever, CGI workstations or whatever back in the day. So you can actually see what they were supposed to look like. And a lot of the icons in Ocarina of Time, like the shield, well, pretty much all of the items on your item screen were all like pre-rendered stuff, right?
Right.
And they had all the original renders of that. And it turns out some of those were some of those were in guides, like Ocarina of Time guides back in the day, but a lot of them weren't. And it was the first time we were ever seeing this, like what they were actually supposed to look at. And that was really fascinating for me. It was super interesting.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing from the leaks were probably either the unused Star Fox 2 assets or the fucking Luigi model from Super Mario 64. Holy shit.
Man,
that was cool.
Mind-blowing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you guys are old enough. You might remember the fucking rampant speculation over Luigi on the 1990s internet.
Yeah.
Like, people would post all this fake bullshit about how you can unlock Luigi by doing like this bizarre esoteric stuff in Mario 64. And
so none of that was actually in the game data, right? This was from the the prototype data that was leaked, right?
Right.
No, I think it's actually still in the source code. Like, it was still there.
But like if we got a Mario 64 cartridge now and hacked it open and went through the code, we wouldn't find Luigi, right?
I have no idea, man.
I don't think so. I think this is like the first time it's ever been.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to uncompile that. But like in the leak data, they found models and references and possibly textures. I'm not sure if they're textures for Luigi or not.
No, I think it was just like untextured stuff. Somebody had like basically recreated it to what it probably, I mean, with the actual polygons, and then just kind of put colors and stuff on it.
Right.
That's the amazing thing. I mean, there's one person leaked it, but then like the whole community's got behind actually dressing all this stuff up and like putting the sprites together and the polygons together and actually making it into something that's enjoyable to look at online. My favorite was the Yoshi design. I guess it was like a prototype Yoshi. Looks completely different. Like, looks very much like a dinosaur, and they put together all the parts and actually animated it as well. So like you could actually see what he would have looked like in the version, which is completely different and weird. And even Mario looked different. It was kind of amazing.
Right.
There was also Yoshi's Island, which was called Super Mario Brothers 5 at one point, which is radical, right? Because I think Mario World was actually called Mario Brothers 4 at one point, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hold on, keep talking. I'll dig out my copy here.
Not officially.
Not officially.
I remember it was referred to, but as Mario 4 by many, many people and organizations.
If you look at the Japanese box, it literally says Super Mario Brothers 4 on it.
Wow.
Where are we looking? Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah. Got it.
Mario World box, Japanese one. Super
Amazing.
Mario Brothers 4.
Wow.
So there it is.
It's official.
It's official. I've unearthed it.
Yeah, they were like talking about Yoshi's Island. They were like, the black outlines, the kind of crayon outlines that the game's made out of. They had like two versions, like a super thick black outline, which made it look totally different. So you could tell that they were going back and forth between the styles until right at the last moment, and they went with what they went with, and that was super interesting for me because I love Yoshi's Island. So it was crazy to see it look so different. Super Donkey, which is like a prototype game. it's not really Donkey Kong, but it was like a monkey ape style character. But it would have been like a 2D platformer in the style of like Yoshi's Island, but with like a brand new character.
Huh.
Like
maybe that's when they just figured, like, whoa, why are we going to make a whole new character? We have a character exactly like this.
Like a skinny little ape dude. That was super interesting. I think Super Donkey was like, the prototype name or whatever.
Interesting.
And then Ty, I don't know if you saw this one, but there was like an apartment block. It's like it was a pixel art apartment block.
I saw that.
3/4 angle, and it had all these Nintendo characters in the windows, and there was Toad who was smoking, and then I think it was Mario, maybe Bowser were like nude, and like Bowser.
I didn't see the nude Mario, but okay.
Bowser and Peach were like standing next to each other, and Mario was on his own in a different apartment. There's like all these fucking weirdo things happening. It's like we have no idea what that was even supposed to be from.
It could have just been something like, the artist just screwing around too, Which
could have been anything.
Yeah.
Another Ocarina of Time related thing, like all the the first ever time we saw Zelda 64 as it was called, like that Dark Nut, sorry, and these other kind of enemies that we only saw like in tiny little pixelated videos back in the day. Like they found the models for all of that, so now we can actually see them as they were supposed to be seen. Yeah, it's totally amazing. They put them back in the game.
Yeah, there was also like a cool, like unused, like a room and stuff like that they had showed off too. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's impressive what people have done, since the leak. Hacking all this stuff back together and stuff. It's like, it's crazy. It's like
overall, I will say, I do think that having this information is amazing. It's really cool to be able to see, kind of like the behind the scenes stuff that we are obviously we will never get a chance to see as just like fans. At the same time, like even Dylan Cuthbert kind of went out to say, to gamers that are like us that think this is awesome. He's like, well, I mean, it's cool, but he said like, well, except it's his exact word. He said, well, except it's a huge intellectual property breach. I mean, hackers have gotten hold of stuff that is Nintendo's private property. And some of it is kind of my private property too, like in the case of some of the Star Fox stuff. So, I mean, I didn't really think about it like that. Like personally, when I first saw it, I was like, well, that's cool. And then like
about the Star Fox thing, he said all the stuff that got leaked about Star Fox and no one cares about the amazing like compiler software that I made for Star Fox. Like no one's commenting on that. It's like he was kind of pissed off that people were not appreciating why he did the game. The Star Fox 2 characters. There was like a human female, like a black human female was going to be in like Star Fox 2. Like tons of other like, animal characters that didn't make it into it as well. Yeah, that was interesting.
But like some of the things I've been reading too, some of the stuff that's been unearthed or stolen, like internal emails and stuff like this between Nintendo.
All right, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, probably.
No, there was. Seriously, there was.
Really? Okay, well,
older palm.
Sweet. I hope they had something good. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of. I mean, like I said, I really wish Nintendo would do a better job of like archiving this stuff, not just in like a file cabinet at the head offices in Tokyo, but like digitally storing away this stuff so it can be around for generations and generations or whatever. But
don't you think it's amazing? Like all of this stuff was so perfectly preserved for all this time. Like N64 prototypes that have only existed in grainy little videos up until now.
Yeah, so it's like
grainy little magazine pages.
Yeah, so like people are saying like, well, if the hackers wouldn't have done this, Nintendo's never archiving this stuff. Well, it's been archived for like the past 20 or 30 years. It's just not public.
Also, it's also true that Nintendo never throw away any ideas. That's always been the rumor, right? Like all the legend is that every single prototype, every single idea that Nintendo have ever had, they've had so many ideas that they just throw away. No, it's not good enough.
Yeah,
put it. Wow. They don't actually throw it away. They do it. They keep it.
Like, yeah, they're not Square Enix. Like fucking code for Final Fantasy VIII on the PC. Throw this shit in the trash.
Right.
5 years ago, shit, I really wish we wouldn't have thrown that away.
Yeah, I saw some good tweets about that. Yeah, exactly. Like, how about like a fully playable like prototype from 25 years ago that works? Or you can't even get fucking Final Fantasy VIII work actual source code from the people who made it.
God bless them for what they did to actually get that remaster to work last year. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, worth it.
You guys have anything else to say about this? Because Chris has a, if not, Chris has a perfect thing to lead us out of this news piece.
Hack the planet? Hell yeah!
There it is.
Yeah.
Hack the Gibson.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm looking forward to more hacks. I want to see what's been hacked. I want to see it all put together again.
It'll inevitably keep on happening. So,
yeah, we're going to be feeding on this news for like the whole year.
They're still doing that. I'm saying like it'll keep happening. So, don't expect this to go away anytime soon. But actually, James, would you mind talking about this next one too? Because this is something that you always mention this every time you mention this game, and I think you should take this next story too.
No More Heroes has just been rated for Switch by the Taiwanese Digital Games Board. Well, Danny thinks it has to be taken with a grain of salt. I don't, but it's probably going to be a port of the HD ones that they did for 360 and PS3. There is some precedent for this because Dengeki asked Suda51 in an interview about the possibility of this, specifically for the PS4, and he says, yes, we are currently in talks with the IP holder, Marvelous, to make that happen. It's in a positive consideration, so I hope we'll be able to make a good announcement. Probably a direct translation of what he actually said.
That was, Gemetsu. So they're usually pretty good about stuff like that. But
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? It started off on a Nintendo system. It was ported to HD when Nintendo didn't have a HD system because that was the Wii. So it makes complete sense. Yeah, I just hope they do the second one as well before the third one. It's very similar to Bayonetta, isn't it? Because like we got Bayonetta 1 and 2 remasters, and then the third one is coming out whenever it is coming out.
Yeah.
And then it'd be nice if we had the same thing with No More Heroes, because the second one I think is slightly better. So yeah, I hope they do the second one as well.
Yeah, like man, I had the first one. I did not like it that much, just because I thought the open world stuff sucked, and I think that just turned me off.
Yeah, that's what they've streamlined in the second one.
Yeah.
It's super fun. They just made it all like these little 8-bit games that you play, and they were super fun.
There was something else that I had read about or had heard somewhere online about the Taiwanese rating board kind of like nailing it with another game too. So it wasn't just like a crock of crap. Like basically something earlier in the year, something had got rated, and then like a couple of months later, it was announced or released or something like that. So, I mean, I do think we need to take this with a grain of salt, but at the same time, there seems to be like some good.
No, what was that EA game? There was that EA racing game, Burnout Paradise. That was leaked.
Was that what it was?
Korean ratings board, and then it was in the direct like a couple of weeks after.
I'm talking about the Taiwanese rating board.
Totally different.
God.
You can trust all those rating boards except the Brazilian one. They fucked it up last time.
Okay. All right.
Well, they're probably rating games from the 90s still. So
obviously.
No, if you guys saw the news by chance, they recently rated World of Warcraft for consoles, and then Blizzard had to come out and say no, it is definitely not a thing.
Okay, we've got one more thing. Ty, can you take the Smash news?
Hell yeah, Smash Brothers. New features, a small battlefield stage. Wow. Okay. You can now set a small battlefield as preferred rule in online battles. You can select a stage-specific music for the battlefield, small battlefield, big battlefield, and final destination stages. That means that fucking Undertale music all the time. Let's go, baby. Crank that Soldier Boy.
There it is.
So yeah, I was kind of disappointed when I bought some of the DLC that comes with the song. Like Sands, and then there's like a couple others, but I could only play them on like stupid ass levels, like Balloon Fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wanted to play it. I want to play it on every stage, or at least Final Destination.
So this Battlefield. It says here that this stage is based. It's plays like a hazardless Pokemon Stadium 2, which is generally considered to be the most neutral stage in the game. So I'm assuming this is a big deal, this small battlefield. Okay. We have some breaking news. Someone in the chat.
Let's go.
I Am Error has just told us that Pikmin 3 Deluxe has just been announced.
Ooh,
and
fancy.
Just double checking that, and it appears to be true.
What?
Pikmin
Okay, I thought he was just trolling.
It lands on Nintendo Switch on the 30th of October. Wow,
Cool.
it's quite
Holy
new.
shit! Yeah.
It delivers new missions, co-op play, and all the DLC included. So there it is. Pretty cool. Nice to actually have, the podcast hasn't finished before this came to pass. Usually it's, we end the podcast and then news happens.
Yeah.
Can't see anything about online play, but there it is. It's going to have an in-game camera which allows players to snap photos of the lush environments. That sounds pretty cool. Pikmin always looks really, really gorgeous, so it makes sense to be able to get in there and take photos. Oh wow, Danny's got the screenshot already.
Yeah, I checked the Nintendo Japan, and yeah, they already have it up. The information. Yeah, same date here in Japan too, the 30th, Friday. Yeah, very cool, very cool. I'm glad that with games that come out on the Wii U, it's really cool to see that they can get new life on the Switch, especially given what kind of this is a fucking Wii U.
Let's be honest, Danny. Pikmin 3 Deluxe should have come out 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, where's Pikmin 4, the game that was almost finished?
They're about 99% done. That's what my sources at Nintendo are telling me. So
this
is a stopgap for another 7 years, guys. So let's hold on tight.
The weirdest thing ever that Miyamoto's ever said.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm just trying to look at their screenshots and see if there's anything else, and see if there's anything else in this article.
I can hear something in the background, Danny. Sounds like a very large truck that's coming towards the podcast.
Ooh.
Watch out. Can you hear it?
I do.
It's garbage time, boys.
Ooh, do you smell what the garbage man is bringing?
Oh, it's pretty rank, man.
Let's go.
All right,
then. Garbage.
Yes, I'll give you the garbage.
It's garbage day.
It is garbage day. So today, in the last, if you don't know what my garbage bag of goodness is, it's when I go to the very depths of the eShop, look for some absolute stunning bargains for your guys to peruse and admire and enjoy. And in the last episode, I kindly gave $1 to each of you guys. Scott was there at the time. And then I chose, some games for you to choose from. Well, this time, I knew in advance that Scott wasn't coming. So what I've done is I've split his $1 in half, and I've given you each an extra 50 cents. So this is the most expensive garbage bag we've ever had. Literally. You guys are going to have games for $1.50.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Let's go.
Yeah, this is unprecedented, and it's pretty shocking. I mean, let's face it, no one's ever spent this much on video games before, right?
Right.
So Danny, are you ready for your $1.50 game?
Oh boy.
You don't have to I'm just going to show you it, and you can see what you think.
Oh, I did look at this. I did look at this before.
You ready to score some touchdowns and win the game in the most entertaining version of American football? Pinball.
Let's go.
Score field goals, touchdown, and show who's the greatest football player on this table. Right? And this game is so good, it doesn't even have a trailer. You don't need it. You don't need it, Danny. What's the point?
Yeah.
Just look at these beautiful screenshots.
Oh, that looks actually pretty cool.
Look at this.
James, you're up on the list. Seriously, UK, James, dude, what the hell?
I'm beating everyone on the
None of these flags are the right one.
Yeah. For a second, I thought the Japanese flag was associated with a man named Alfred, but that's below.
Right. There's a British James and there's an American James, and they're both kicking your ass, Danny. So you need to make that.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's one American flag. These should all be American flag. This is American football.
Right.
Nobody outside of America knows how to play this fucking game.
Yes.
So I thought this is interesting, Danny. You can actually turn the Switch to the tate mode.
Yeah.
And then so I guess you could use that adapter thing that we talked about maybe last episode.
Flip grip. Yeah.
Flip grip that you can get on Fangamer, and actually play like a proper little pinball table there.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, well, keep that one in mind. Don't want to spend. It's $1.50. I mean, you need to think carefully about this, right?
Yeah.
You're not just going to be throwing down the cash, right?
No.
Yeah. So the next one has got Thai written all over it, and Ty's probably already heard of this, to be honest. Have you heard of Serial Cleaner before, Danny?
Yeah.
Thai, sorry.
No, I haven't. Tell me more.
Well, it used to be $15, and it's down to $1.49. So this is basically you play as the guy.
Oh yeah. I've seen this.
Yeah.
So after a serial killer has been on a rampage, it's your job to clean up.
Okay. Yeah, this looks like it should be a bonus stage for Party Hard.
This came out what, like 17 or 18, I think.
Yeah.
And they showed this off at Directs and stuff like that too.
August 12th. No, wait. The sale. Sorry, the sale ends on August 12th. Okay. So yeah, step into the polished shoes of the cleaner, professional crime scene cleaner for the mob. There's no business like the cleaning business, and now the business is booming. So yeah, it's a very stylized kind of top view game, and you just little guy with a little sweeping brush, and you just mop up all the blood after the mob has killed people. So yeah,
hell yeah.
You're not doing the murderous rampaging yourself, so I don't know. Maybe I wasn't sure if you'd be into
that. It sounds amusing.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll get this when it's on sale on Xbox.
There you go. Get those achievements.
Yeah.
Now, Danny, this one might be more up your street. This is a Metroidvania game, but you're playing as a little chicken. I mean, you might know this one already, Danny. Do you know Tokitori?
Oh, Tokitori, yeah.
So this is the one that was on Wii U. Okay. Tokitori 2 Plus. Okay. So this is it's a very big, not open world, but it's like a Metroidvania game where you can go anywhere.
Sure. I have a lot of friends who love this game.
Yeah, I met these guys at TGS a couple years back.
But it is different from like OG Tokitori, which is like Tokitori is like just like a one-screen puzzle game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tokitori 2 Plus is like I said, it's a huge open world game, and you can only do two actions: sing and slam yourself on the ground. So all the puzzles are solved by either doing that, this or that, right?
Huh.
There's even a demo if you don't want to splash down the $1.49 straight away, Danny.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy money, man.
Yeah. So yeah, the full title is Tokitori 2 Plus Nintendo Switch Edition, and that also was $15. So it's a heck of a bargain. These kind of games, they're not really usually in the garbage bag, because we're dealing with very expensive games here, so we get a bit more option. Okay, next one. I think this is more up Ty's alley. Have you heard of Rive before, Ty?
Rive or Rise?
Rive, R-I-V-E.
No, tell me more.
Another $15 game down to $1.49.
Okay.
So this is a shmup, but it's kind of like it's like a platform game, but you can also like shoot in all directions.
Okay.
So it's like a twin stick shooter, but also like a, I guess, platformy kind of one, and it's also incredibly hard. Incredibly hard. So you can switch up weapons on the fly. Let's check it out here. There's like shit being thrown at you all the time. So you're like shooting in all directions, but you're also kind of like avoiding acid and stuff, like jumping over stuff, like a platform game. It's, so there are some kind of like flying bits, but like most of it you are hovering. You're not actually flying, you kind of like jump and hovering.
Okay. Yeah, this looks fun.
So you know you can race in one direction, then shoot behind you, kind of thing.
All right, interesting. I'll put this on my radar. And you get to play as like this redneck-looking dude.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's on maybe a guy on your team.
Okay.
But
All
yeah,
right.
I remember playing a demo of this. Maybe it was like one of those. Oh man, Danny, do you remember the E3 demo thing that they did? Nintendo did. It was like maybe about like 15 demos for E3. I think this was one of them, and I played it on the Wii U.
Wow! Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a remaster. Well, the Ultimate Edition on Switch.
Oh, those are all the demos that I couldn't play because I had a Japanese one.
Right. Rip in peace.
Yeah.
I hope you're appreciating all these $15 actual good games. Ty, you were talking about some NBA Jam style game before?
Oh, yeah, Dunk Lords.
Oh, okay.
I think this is the prequel to that.
Well, Danny, you're the sportsman, right? So this one might be up. Boltaro Games. I think they've been in the trash bag before.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know about this art style.
Yeah, it looked like fucking Rayman. It's like
they
don't have arms. Oof. Yikes, this looks a bit Flash game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
I had seen this on sale before, like seriously, and I had thought like maybe like that sounds kind of neat. Then I looked at the trailer and I'm like, next.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I got one more game here. Where is it? Oh, this one. So this one, All Star Fruit Racing. I mean, it's 99 cents actually, so you might be able to save a bit of cash here. This is, regular garbage bag price. This game used to be $20. And I remember we got an email about this when it first came out. It came in the Famicast email inbox, and they were asking us like, "Do we want a review code for this?" And I said, "Sure, yeah, this game looks pretty good. It's like kind of reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph or something like that."
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to be the game from Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah. I was like, I can do that.
A pretty good business decision, if you ask me.
Right. I mean, I have some experience with playing, shitty. Racing games. I played that, what was it, Nickelodeon Kart Racer?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And this looked like slightly better than that. And then I got an email back like a week later. It's like, sorry, we don't have any codes left. Fuck you, basically. I was like, okay, never mind.
Okay. See me in Garfield Kart.
Right. Yeah. And there it is. Like a couple of years later, here it is for 99 cents. All-Star Fruit Racing propels players through vibrant worlds filled with incredible actions.
You were robbed of those 99 cents.
Drift through looping bends, soar over blah blah blah. Yeah, it's a racing game. It's Mario Kart, but you're racing in fruit-based cars, right?
Obviously.
Look at these fucking bullshit renders, by the way. No way does the Switch version look this fucking crisp and high res, right?
Yeah, that's way too many pixels.
We call these bull shots.
Yeah,
right.
The Observer on the Switch did the same thing. Even the trailer, they showed like the Xbox One version. I was like, holy shit. And then I played the actual game. I was like, oh, there it is. Right? Yeah.
You ready to play All-Star Fruit Racing in 4K on the Switch?
Let's see it.
I mean,
come on. Bullshit.
Even the trailer's using
motion blur. I don't think the Switch is going to do that.
No, man. This is oh my god, this is the type of stuff that really makes me mad when you see a trailer and you're like, this is clearly not a Switch version, even though that they put the Switch little thing on there. It's like, man, I get it, you're trying to cut costs and not try to show oh god,
this might be from the Switch version.
That maybe, but like that the past like actual stuff where they're showing the racing, I don't believe that.
You can play online in co-op as well. Oh, it's got like a first person mode as well. Mario Kart 7 did that, but that was on the 3DS. It didn't really make much sense. I mean, yeah, this Xbox or PS4 version that we're looking at looks great. I have no idea what the Switch version looks like. This should be illegal. You shouldn't be allowed to do this, right? You shouldn't be allowed to put trailers of other versions
Yeah, like I said, it's probably just a vanilla trailer that they just attach, whatever platform that they need to. It's still ridiculous.
I swear, like someone got into trouble for doing that on the Switch. Like somebody bought a game and it was like, this game looks nothing like it did in the trailer. Take it down right now.
I'm serious. That Observer game that I reviewed last year, it is exactly like that.
Damn.
Looks great on other platforms, not so great on the Switch.
So, Danny, which one are you going for?
It's a tough one. I think I'll have to go with the football one because I'll have to erase the British James's score off of the top list.
Touchdown Pinball from Super Power Up Games is $1.50. Get at it. Ty, what about you? Serial cleaner or?
Oh, I'm gonna go with the redneck mech hacker shmup game.
Oh, right, good choice. Yeah, I think that's a genuinely good game. So it's kind of going against the spirit of the garbage bag. So yeah, enjoy that.
I will.
All right, and Danny, back to you in the studio.
Before we get out of the garbage bag, I wanted to say that I did buy a garbage bag game off of the Japanese eShop, and I'm pretty sure this is something. I think this is something that we talked about last week, but that is Moto Rush GT. It's like the motorcycle game where you're like going in between the cars and stuff like that. And
oh shit, you bought that?
Yeah, it was 100 yen, and actually it was pretty fun for the whole 15 minutes I played while drunk.
100 yen, wasn't that 9 cents?
Maybe. I couldn't be bothered, man.
Oh man,
I got so much money I don't know what to do with. So,
as I always say, buy garbage with caution. Only buy the games at the price that I tell you. Okay, do not overpay for the garbage. But
be aware, folks. There is some stuff in the garbage bag that actually is like kind of fun. That's like the point I wanted to make. So.
Yeah. I think Ty's got a good one today. Not sure about touchdown football, pinball or whatever.
Right. All right.
Let me know.
Could be.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for that, James. And next, we're going to go ahead and move on to the feedback. So if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that for us, you can feel free to email us at thefamicast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at thefamicast. You can hit us up on YouTube and leave a comment or something like that down below the video. And then you can have your stuff read out on the air like these guys. So
don't forget to like and subscribe.
Seriously. Seriously, do like and subscribe, please. That's not a joke.
Please help our metrics.
Yes. I look at the metrics every day. No, but we do have quite a few interesting comments in the old YouTube. James, if you can get some stuff pulled up for Twitter, I'll go ahead and start going through some stuff on YouTube. So
we got some tweets.
Okay, I guess you can go first then, even though I see.
Okay. All right then. Well, we got a nice photo here from. Can you guys see this? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on a different tab, so I can't see the other one. Mm-hmm. This one's from friend of the show, patron of the show, James Allen. Is just starting his 2 weeks leave. He should be on a Mediterranean cruise right now, but he's chilling at home, enjoying some fine British summer weather with a cuppa. And he's got a nice picture of his Famicast mug, which he got as part of his Patreon rewards.
That's a nice photo. Is he a professional?
Yeah, he is now. Thanks for the photo, James. Okay, what else have we got here? Oh, Famicast in jokes origins. Danny, you know about this one?
Oh yeah, man, that's great. What year is it? Who's the president?
Right, yes, exactly. Check that out.
Oh yeah.
Russ Greenow's got a question for us. He says, "Hey, the Famicast, did your uncles cancel the mobile Zelda game as well as the Mario movie?"
Yes.
The answer is yes. To both.
No, the Mario movie came out in like 1993.
Yeah, so we're safe. We're safe there. No worries about that.
Hashtag never forget. Okay, the Zega. What's it? Danny, do you remember what this is about? What is this?
I forgot. What was it? It was a reaction to something.
Okay. It's a reaction to James Allen getting his first, right? His first on Tetris 99.
Yeah. Me and I think I talked to him about it like on Twitter, and he's like, "Man, I can only get up." I think he got up to like number 3 and 2 before, but yeah, he finally hit number 1. So congratulations, James, on that. I know it's a pain in the ass to get there, but once you're there, man, you'll keep knocking them out. Congrats, man.
Yeah, he said he was watching he finally got around to watching the game night stream that went up last month, and he was watching Danny for tips. Don't know how Ty feels about that, but everything fell the right way. He's super stoked. Last game before bed as well. That was a good one, isn't it? Oh man, are you one of those people that can't go to bed until you win?
No.
Okay,
would be. Yeah.
Okay, Danny. Oh, what was this? So another one from Russ Greeno. So the first Sonic movie was announced after Mario, and then made, then delayed, and now the CG character totally redone, and now a sequel is in the works before we see what Nintendo have done.
Yes.
So yeah, there's two Sonic movies announced, and still no Mario animated movie. We haven't even seen a single frame of that, basically.
Yeah, it'll take some time.
Probably, yeah.
I'm
probably
not worried. It'll happen.
And another photo from a friend of the show, patron of the show, Balls, aka Chris. He got one of the Famicast masks, which is amazing. I really wanted this one actually, with the microphone on the front. That's super cool, super jelly. But the delivery cost to Japan, it's like 5 times the price.
More than the mask.
Yeah, it's like literally 5 times more than the actual price of the mask itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. Back to you, Danny.
Cool. Well, a comment from the last episode that we had, one from our good buddy Chariot Goblin. This was in kind of like talking. We talked about the mini direct last time and all that. He said, "Am I the only one who felt this mini direct was last minute? They announced it on Twitter 10 hours before it aired. We still don't know Nintendo's holiday lineup. Well, we know one title now, surprisingly. There seemed to be miscommunication with their marketing in 2020. So did you guys think that last direct, didn't it seem kind of, now, after he mentioned this, I was thinking like, yeah, it did seem kind of rushed now that you mention it. Like,
totally did, yeah. It's like, like 3 or 4 very mediocre stuff,
Yeah.
The Japanese one was like 10% better.
Yeah, it was so weird. And some people are like panicking, like, oh my god, Nintendo's not going to have any games for the holidays. It's like, well, I think that is idiotic, because I think that they will. They're going to take their time. I'm surprised that they announced that. And one thing to think too, next week is going to be like basically National Holiday Week in Japan. So I don't think you'll see any big announcements next week. So if there are going to be any more big announcements on holiday stuff, I would venture to guess it'll be more stuff's going to come out this week, or more stuff's going to come out in basically 2 weeks, probably before or after we do the next show.
I always seem to remember like a first party game coming out right at the beginning of summer holidays here in Japan. Like, wasn't like Mario Maker 2 like summer?
June.
Well, yeah, same thing, innit? June, July, August, But like, the commercials for like, playing with your parents and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, Danny, I don't have Japanese TV, so you're going to have to tell me, but like what the commercials are going to be focused on, because it's not going to be like bringing your grandparents over to your house, because, you're going to bring the coronavirus with you.
Yeah, right.
Right? They're going to have to rethink their plan, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just stick with the same old, family in the tatami room playing karaoke or whatever.
They've been pretty much sticking to this.
Eating watermelon.
Nothing like that. Just anything that will be non-controversial. Lots of gameplay.
Playing Animal Crossing while eating watermelon.
In your bathroom.
Yeah.
So we had obviously we had a lot of other comments. Actually, somebody did comment on an Assassin's Creed Odyssey cloud version video, how-to guide. This was the best comment that we've ever gotten on there, because the person, Prettify Gaming, said, this answered all of my questions. Thanks a lot.
Welcome. Wow, he actually watched the video.
Yeah, like, well, how do you do this? It's like, I literally explained this in the first 30 seconds, but thank you for playing. Oh man, it's great.
Wow.
The comment.
Give them a promotion.
Got one extra view.
Right. Yeah. Another comment from Richard Gray on my Power Pro 2020 preview. There's actually a review out that you can watch now. But he said this game would blow up if it was released in other countries. Power Pro Series has seen release in the States. They probably canceled it for a reason. I think they're great games, but I just don't know if there's a big appeal for baseball fans, like some kind of a cross thing of baseball fans and people that want something that's cute that are living in America. As much as
I think if Konami is going to release a sports game, it's got to be ISS, International Superstar Soccer.
Pro Evolution. Oh, don't they do Pro Evolution Soccer occasionally?
Yeah. It's Winning 11 in Japanese, or it's Pro Evolution Soccer in the West.
You're talking about bringing back ISS from the 64 days? Oh,
exactly. Bring back the classics.
Keep it in the same visual style too, same character models and everything from the N64 days. I'd be all over that.
Oh yeah, the N64 one as well.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about SNES, but yeah, you're right.
Oh.
N64 version was also fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Somebody commented on the Arcade Archives Tecmo Bowl review I did. It said, "Sad. Someone needs to take the Tecmo Bowl game on the Nintendo DS and make or upgrade it for the Switch. The version in this video is lame compared to the DS version." Some people really like the DS version of Tecmo Bowl. I personally never played it.
Oh, what? Sorry, just 1 second. Back to the ISS thing. Wasn't there like a meme going around? Ty probably knows this one. There's like Ronaldinho's soccer, and like the logo would like come in, and it would be like fucking random ass videos, like Ronaldinho soccer, something like that. that was the that was the Brazilian version of ISS, right? Something like that.
I think so. Sounds right.
Yeah, and it was only in
Brazilian version of something.
Yeah. It was like, that was crazy.
Ronaldinho starts there.
Ty, do you know what Pokken is called in Germany?
I know. What is it called?
Pokemon Tekken.
Wow.
Okay.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, I think Pokken means something like weird in German, so they actually call it that.
Oh, yeah.
I can understand that then.
Pokemon Tekken, I love it.
Yeah. Well, just a couple more comments here, and then we'll go ahead and close out the feedback. Some people had commented on my Air Missions Hind review. Chris Unseen said, "Looks fun enough, and it's an underrepresented genre on the Switch. It may be something I pick up during a sale." I think that's a good strategy to have at that game. And then our buddy Raccoon City Cinema, he said, "Excellent review. It makes me want to go and play those old Strike games by EA, Desert Strike, all that stuff we talked about there earlier." Yeah, me too. And then last comment, this is from Kingpin02. This is on our Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers review, which actually, something I totally forgot to add to the news. Phantom Strikers, the Warriors version of Persona 5, is actually been officially announced to be coming to the West.
Cool.
I think it's supposed to be before the end of this fiscal year, so it could be, spring 2021 or something like that, but it's coming. So, but in the meantime, if you want to actually get a look and see what the game is, check out my review, like this guy did. And he said, "It's funny. I actually prefer this over getting the actual Persona 5. I've been taking a break from turn-based RPGs since I played so many on 3DS that it got me feeling fatigued. I've been on a hack and slash drive now, and I talk about this obviously in a lot more detail in the review and stuff, but I mean, the cool thing about this is you got the visual aesthetics of Persona 5, and then you have just kind of like a more action-oriented version of gameplay there. So I think it's actually pretty well done. So the official German language title of the Pokemon game is Pokken Tekken. The title change may be due to the similarity between Pokken and the German word for smallpox. Pokken, I'm assuming is how you would pronounce it.
Pokken.
Yeah. Interesting. Oops. Okay, well, that's a great note to send to end the feedback on.
Right. Smallpox. I'll get rid of him.
Smallpox. Perfect. All right. Well, actually, that's gonna go ahead and do it for the show. So before we go, we're going to go ahead and give out our Twitter handles and all that stuff. If you want to follow me, you can do that. You can follow me at DannyBiv, DANNYBIV. James.
At Family Complicated. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching.
Ty.
Super Cat Drugs. Oh, God. What kind of extremely cursed stuff is on my Twitter right now? Oh boy, it's a lot of fun right now. Check out easy to understand mechanics in fighting games. and very funny Twitter cropped photos.
Okay. Okay.
Go for it.
Cool. Well, like I said, that is actually going to do it for Famicast 179. For all of you guys that tuned in live, thank you guys so much. Thanks for the comments and all that. Appreciate that. Oh my God, what was his name? I am Air. Thank you so much for the heads up on Pikmin 3. Like when we're doing the show, sometimes we just like don't have a chance to take a look at the news or anything like that. So awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, cheers. And all right. Well, that's it for the show. We will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We're out.
Family crew out.
Toodles.
Do we have to like be really quiet now at the end bit?
I'm just trying to count down.
Scream as loud as you can.
Yeah. Okay, ending now. Okay.